Okay, does this sound familiar? You spend ages, really pour your heart and soul into creating this amazing, detailed, super valuable piece of content.
Hmm.
And then crickets, barely any views. But then some other piece, maybe something much quicker, less in depth, suddenly gets way more traction.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's definitely frustrating.
Right. You're left wondering, what did I do wrong? Well, today we're diving into exactly that. And often the answer is simpler than you think. It kind of boils down to timing and what the viewer is actually looking for right then.
Exactly. Our sources use this great analogy. Think about the difference between grabbing, say, a quick cheeseburger versus sitting down for a full-on Michelin star meal.
Ah, okay. A cheeseburger versus a fancy meal. How does that relate to content?
Well, think about why most people jump onto social media or browse online. Often it's not because they're looking for that five-course, intellectually demanding Michelin star experience right at that moment.
Okay.
They're more likely looking to, de-stress, maybe relax for a few minutes, fill a bit of time. They want something easy.
Like that quick, satisfying cheeseburger.
Precisely. Something easy to digest, something that hits the spot quickly. They aren't necessarily in the headspace for a deep, complex learning experience, even if your content is exceptional.
That makes sense. So the big question for creators listening is how do you give people that cheeseburger they might be craving now while still, offering the really profound, valuable Michelin star stuff you're passionate about?
Yeah, that's the balancing act, isn't it? And it's where things can get tricky.
So what's the move? Do you just stop making the deep stuff?
No, definitely not. The sources are pretty clear on this. You absolutely shouldn't abandon that Michelin star content. That in-depth work is crucial. It's what builds your authority, attracts the audience that is looking for deep learning.
Okay, so keep the fancy meals on the menu.
Keep the fancy meals, but understand their place. The key insight, the strategic bit, is that your shorter cheeseburger content isn't just filler. It's actually the gateway.
A gateway, how so?
It's a first touch point. It builds that initial trust, that familiarity. It satisfies an immediate need, gets them in the door, so to speak. Then, once they know you and like your cheeseburgers, they're more open to trying the Michelin star meal later.
Uh, I see. So it's not just about having both types, but about making the connection between them clear. Strategic diversity, like you said.
Exactly. Strategic diversity. You need to build pathways.
Okay, so practically, what does building a pathway look like? How do you link the burger to the fancy meal?
It's about being smart with how you guide the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So in your quicker piece, maybe it's a short tip or a quick take on something trending. You subtly mention your deeper content.
Like a little nudge.
Yeah, a gentle nudge, nothing pushy. It could be a direct mention, like, hey, if you found this useful, I actually go into way more detail in my full video on X, link below.
Okay.
Or you can use things people already expect, like end screens pointing to a relevant playlist or a longer video. And definitely put links in your descriptions. You're basically using the tools available to guide them naturally.
Right. So you're not just hoping they find the good stuff, you're actively helping them along the way, catering to both the quick grazer and the person ready for a deeper dive.
That's the idea. You meet them where they are, and then when that viewer is ready for something more substantial, when their intent shifts from just browsing to actively seeking out detailed info.
They already know you, they trust you from the cheeseburger content.
Exactly. Yeah. And they know where to find your Michelin star stuff because you
Yeah.
made it easy. It helps you grow your reach with the lighter stuff while also building that loyal audience for your core high value content. It works together.
That really reframes things. Our most valuable content in terms of depth might not be the first thing people want, but it's what they might come back for specifically from us.
It really does. So, maybe a final thought for you listening. What does this actually mean for your content planning? If you start consistently meeting viewers with what they need now, knowing they'll seek out the deeper stuff from you when they're ready, how does that change how you think about success for each piece you put out?
Yeah, that's a great question to ponder. It really comes back to understanding that audience craving, doesn't it? Serving the right meal at the right time.